Many of us know what it's like to feel uncomfortable or anxious in a professional setting, but with a little knowledge on proper etiquette, we can all feel more confident when meeting new people or attending important events. So sit back, relax, and let me teach you everything you need to know about behaving like a professional. Number 1. Shake hands with people when you meet them. It's always important to make a good first impression, and one of the best ways to do that is to shake hands with people when you meet them. Not only does this show that you're polite and courteous, but it also sends a message of professionalism. Of course, there are a few things to keep in mind when shaking hands. First, make sure that your hand is dry and warm. Second, grip the other person's hand firmly, but not too tightly. And finally, remember to smile. If you follow these simple tips, you'll be sure to make a great impression every time you shake someone's hand. Number 2. Address people by their title and last name until they ask you to call them by their first name. In professional settings, it is always important to address people by their proper title and last name. This shows that you respect their position and are willing to follow protocol. Of course, there will be times when someone asks you to call them by their first name. In these cases, it is perfectly acceptable to do so. However, you should always on the side of caution and use formal titles until you are invited to do otherwise. After all, it's better to be too professional than not professional enough. Number 3. Use good posture and make eye contact when you speak to someone. Good posture is essential for how to behave professionally. Slouching makes you look like you don't care, and it's also really bad for your back. Make sure to stand up straight and keep your shoulders down when you're talking to someone. Eye contact is also important. It shows that you're interested in what the other person is saying and that you're paying attention. And for goodness sake, please try not to fidget. Fidgeting makes you look nervous and insecure, neither of which are very professional. So remember, good posture and eye contact are key for how to behave professionally. Number 4. Don't chew gum or eat food in front of other people. If you want to maintain a professional image, there are a few things you should avoid doing in front of other people. First, resist the urge to chew gum. Not only is it distracting, but it can also be really annoying for those around you. Second, try to limit your snacking to meal times. Eating in front of others can be messy and disruptive, so it's best to save your snacks for when you're alone. Finally, remember to be mindful of your manners. Table manners may seem like a small thing, but they can make a big impression on those around you. By following these simple tips, you can ensure that you always behave professionally in front of others. Number 5. Avoid using profanity or talking about controversial topics such as religion or politics. In today's workplace, it is important to be professional at all times. This means avoiding the use of profanity and steering clear of controversial topics such as religion or politics. Of course, there will be times when these topics come up in conversation. If this happens, it is best to avoid getting into a debate or saying anything that could be construed as offensive. By behaving professionally, you will make a positive impression on your colleagues and superiors. Number 6. If you're not sure what to do, ask. It's better to be safe than sorry. Sometimes, the professional world can seem like a minefield. There are so many rules and regulations, and it can be difficult to know what is expected of you. If you are ever unsure of what to do in a professional setting, the best course of action is always to ask. It is better to be safe than sorry, and asking a simple question can save you from making a costly mistake. Of course, there are some things that you should try to figure out for yourself. For example, it is probably not wise to ask your boss for a raise on your first day of work. However, if you are ever in doubt about something, don't be afraid to speak up and ask for clarification. After all, the worst that can happen is that you will get a polite no. Number 7. Dress appropriately for the occasion. No shorts or tank tops at a formal dinner. Dress appropriately for the occasion is one of the most important tips for how to behave professionally. Imagine you are going to a formal dinner. You would not wear shorts or a tank top, would you? No, of course not. That would be inappropriate. The same goes for job interviews, business meetings, and other professional situations. It is important to dress in a way that shows you respect the event and the people you will be meeting. Wearing the right clothing sends a message that you are serious about the occasion, and that you are prepared to conduct yourself in a professional manner. So next time you are wondering how to behave professionally, just remember to dress for the occasion. Number 8. Send thank you notes after job interviews and networking events. Whether you're job hunting or simply trying to make connections, it's always important to behave professionally. And one key component of professional behavior is sending thank you notes. After all, a little gratitude can go a long way in making a good impression. So, if you've just had a great job interview or met someone valuable at a networking event, don't forget to send a thank you note. Just a few simple words of thanks can really make you stand out from the crowd. Number 9. Arrive on time for your meeting or interview. Whether you're interviewing for a new job or meeting with a potential client, it's important to arrive on time. Not only is it rude to keep someone waiting, but it also shows that you don't respect their time. If you're running late, call ahead and let the other person know. They'll appreciate the courtesy and it will give you a chance to catch your breath before the meeting starts. But try not to make a habit of it. Punctuality is key to behaving professionally. Number 10. Be aware of your body language. You may not realize it, but your body language speaks volumes about your professionalism. Crossed arms and legs, for example, conveys a sense of closed-mindedness, while poor posture can make you seem unconfident or even lazy. To project the best possible image, be conscious of your body language and make sure it conveys the message you want to send. Stand up straight with your shoulders back, take up space without being too aggressive, and make eye contact when you're speaking to someone. Additionally, avoid fidgeting, keep your hands visible, and avoid touching your face or hair too often. By being aware of your body language, you can ensure that you're always putting your best foot forward. Finally, always remember the golden rule of professionalism: treat others as you would like to be treated. That means being respectful and courteous, even if you don't agree with someone. It also means not taking yourself too seriously. After all, we're all human and we all make mistakes. If you can keep these things in mind, you'll be well on your way to behaving professionally in any situation.